Ladies and gentlemen, we're back, pushing the limits, season 3. How you doing, G?
Good. I mean, today we just have an all-star guest. We're having a chat before this. I'm already like super prepared, super excited for this episode, man. How are you?
We say it a lot. I'm good, man. I'm good. We say it a lot when you talk about legends, talk about people that come from influential backgrounds. But to get this guy on the podcast, to get him in Dubai, to think that it started with a meeting in San Francisco at Dreamforce, and now he's here, given his schedule, given the fact he's just come back from the States, given everything in between, it's our pleasure to introduce the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that you're going to find out a lot more about, Hamza Batterjee. Hamza, welcome to the show. How are you?
Welcome.
Very good, thank you. Thank you, Hemi. Thank you very much for having me here.
No, I appreciate it, man. It's amazing to have you here. I know you're busy. I know you've got an award ceremony later. We'll get into all that.
Sure.
But I think, look, we got to know you a lot through Mosin, through Salesforce. I got to know exactly what you're doing, your business, you know, a bit about your background, your family. But for those that don't know, who is Hamza Batterjee?
Well, it's a tough question to be summarized in a small answer, but I'll try my best. I'm Saudi. I'm from Jeddah, an entrepreneur that has a passion, that would like to deliver passion into reality. I founded Megamind IT Solutions in 2015. We built a powerhouse of technology that serves currently around 6,000 beds in the Middle East and North Africa. Besides the boardroom, Hemi, I'm a family man, and I enjoy life, but as well, I tend to focus on my passion, where I try to really make real impact on this world.
That's amazing, man. I think that's the perfect answer.
That's amazing. Yeah, let's double click into your personal life, personal history. So you mentioned growing up in Saudi. I haven't had the pleasure of going to Saudi myself, but tell us a little bit about the region, how was growing up there. A lot of our viewers have not visited Saudi or have not come to the region. So,
well, Saudi is a very optimistic country with a phenomenal leader going across boundaries, pushing the limits.
Hey.
There we go.
I got it, huh? Our leader is actually pushing the limits while we're actually here pushing the limits, and you guys pushing the limits with me.
That's true.
Well, that's great. But again, we have young Saudis. Our population is young. We have a lot of dreamers and people that really want to make a change. Since the 90s, young people were, online the whole time. Actually, if you go into the statistics, you will find lots of online active users into gamings or viewers on social media channels. So that's what really makes our young generation in Saudi very optimistic. And thank God, through our young leader, who's our crown prince, have really made and paved the way for these young generation to be able to do something in this world and really make Saudis on the top.
And you can see it, Hamza, right? Like, I was going to ask you, like, a lot of our audience is from Europe, North America. Obviously, you were born in the States. I was born in the UK. A lot of my friends would have no clue what life is like in Saudi Arabia. They would have a misconception or maybe a perceived way of living, right? But when you talk about that, they're not much different. You're a young generation that likes the game, that likes the same things that any other kids like, right? You must have seen the evolution.
Absolutely. I mean, Saudi has all different types of terrains. We have the Red Sea, we have the mountains, we have the deserts. We also have some farms and beautiful areas, and that's what really makes. And we also have snow in Saudi.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and that's what we're planning to make some Olympics and plans. But again, Saudis are passionate in the young generation is really promising.
You can see it, man. You can see it. Like everyone talks about, I think Dubai, which has done great, but if you look at technology and the evolution in the next 3 to 5 years, it's Saudi that's the leader, right?
Absolutely.
That's looking
So
like the number one.
Absolutely. So Saudi is actually going to be the data center of the world in Saudi. So Saudi have actually announced that they have the lowest cost of energy. So that would actually help them getting all these hyperscalers into Saudi, as well as the local private clouds that are being built right now. A lot of
huge.
companies are willing to invest in Saudi or acquire these existing data centers as a service.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge. I think I Googled you, I'll be honest, dude. I remember when Mohsin sent me Hamza, he was like, just Google him. And I was in Cape Verde at the time, and I did a call with him and the team. It was like 5 in the morning on this small island. I had no Wi-Fi. But I found out a lot, right? Like your background, your family. Like, for those that don't know your family history, how did that start and how did it shape you as a man that you are today?
Well, as a family, we're an old family in business. Believe it or not, we are a family that have the second PO box, which is the postal code number
The
two,
second.
number 2 in Saudi. It's the Batterjee family name. We have been in business since the 20s or even more. My great grandfather. We are the first family that entered modern medicine into the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And of course diversified into multiple different other businesses. The first Saudi embassy was the Batterjee house, which is my great grandfather house, as well as the first oil rigging company was our second house in Saudi. So I grew up in a family of business with passion. But again, considering our values, and our values are the main thing. But again, growing up into this family with my father taking me into meetings, pulling me out of school to attend meetings with presidents of countries and important people and people that created an impact in this world. I used to attend with him, and I used to tell my father, I don't understand what's going on.
How old were you at that time, Hamza?
Oh,
You were still in school, so what, like
yeah,
15, 16?
yeah. So I used
Other kids around the world are just playing PlayStation, and then you're like literally sitting in meetings with presidents.
Absolutely. So I was sitting next to him, and I said, Dad, I don't understand anything. He said, just listen.
Were you just there to just purely, he wanted you just to
Absorb.
Yeah,
observe?
absorb and see what's going on and how the reactions of people and how people would really.
You get it now, right? Why he did it?
I do.
Because now you're older and wiser.
I
It
do.
shaped you, right?
I
Did,
do.
did he influence you a lot, your dad? Like,
Absolutely.
is that where the business mindset,
Absolutely.
the entrepreneur spirit, and the person you are comes from?
100%. So my dad is a religious man with values, and he believes that relieving pain is what he's meant to be delivering in this world, to really make real impact on this world, and money comes after. But again, and that's where I was raised in a family with real morals. My mom is from Qasim, which is an area in Saudi that are known for their values and raising great kids with kids that really sense money.
Yeah.
And it's not about buying everything, but it's about selecting what you really want to really make a difference, right?
Did you see that?
So I do that with my kids right now.
So you're following the same path.
Absolutely. So when we go to a supermarket, it's like going to heaven with these kids, right? So they want to buy everything. And then when you just give them and say, no, we're just going to buy one thing or two things, you know what I mean? That's really makes a big difference for them, where they get confused and they just need to choose one item from the supermarket it's quite tough.
How
And
do you
that's-
control that though, Hamza?
It's-
Because
it's tough.
again, the
It's tough.
misconception is going to be that they have everything, like it's endless. Like that would be, if someone's watching it, they'll be like, all right, if I'm your child, like I'd have everything accessible to
Yeah,
me.
you know, as parents, parents tend to have an easy heart and they just want to give their kids everything.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I can afford it. It's a 10 dirhams. Why would I give it to him, right? It's not about 10 dirhams or 1 dirham, right? It's about the perception of giving him so many things where he would not even value it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So yes, we know as a dad. Yes, we know you can buy him that a bottle of water or whatever it is, right? Or the ice cream, or 10 ice creams. You can, but the concept is just spoiling them. So the concept is, they say, good times create weak people, but
Yep.
tough times create
Strong
strong people, right? And that's you don't want to literally make them live in tough times, but again, the perception of that concept is really raising smart kids and really kids that really know what they really want, right? So you'd see them getting confused, but then at the start it was tough, but later on they got the hang of it, and now they know how to make their decisions. And then exactly what happened to me, when I used to live in Switzerland, most of my friends used to have unlimited cards. I used to live in Switzerland, and I used to study high school in Switzerland.
So you were in high school in Switzerland,
Yes.
living away from the family.
Yeah.
Was that your first time
background.
living away?
Yes.
That must have been an experience.
Yeah,
for you. You must have learned so much.
Yeah, I'll let you know about that. But anyways, going back to that money spending and all that. So I used to, my friends have unlimited cards, and whenever I want to buy something or invite my friends or I'm out of cash, and I used to call my father nonstop, and he used to hang up on me.
Really?
Yeah, it's like,
Even though he is who he is.
yes, and he used to
crazy.
hang up on me,
crazy.
and that really made me feel that I have to really rely on myself and spend my money wisely, or else I'll be begging. So I have to know how to spend my money.
Like Switzerland's not a bad place to
Right?
do that.
But also that happened in
that
London
must
as
have-
well.
but that must
when
have
I
been
moved to
very-
London after.
I was gonna say like London we talked about in San Fran, like that must have shaped you. That must have been an eye opener in so many ways. Like London just like because it is
Yes,
dangerous. It's
blending
different
with
to Switzerland, right?
Yes,
Like, there's
because
dangerous
London
sides
is
of
blending
London.
with multiple different cultures, right? So really knowing what's really good and what's not, and what's gonna take you down the drain, and what's gonna keep you alive, and what's gonna what I mean, and what are the areas that you need to avoid. And
A lot of temptation there. There's like,
Exactly.
you might lose yourself with the culture.
yes, so basically when I went to London, I studied in Regent's Business School. I graduated global business management, and I was doing the foundation year. And the moment I went there, and I met a couple of friends that I met there, and they said, "Oh, Hamza, you're doing foundation? That's the toughest year, by the way." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, you're gonna fail." I said, "What?" And everybody was telling me that you're going to fail that year. And I actually met some people that really failed that year, and they moved to a different college, and it was tough. So I decided to just focus and really realize that London is a tempting city where there is everything to do every single night.
Everything's
right?
accessible, right?
Shows, nightlife, plays,
Restaurants.
restaurants, whatever you want is available there. So it's either you focus on your studies and balance, so you know how to balance your life, or else you're just gonna get out of school.
I feel it's the same with Dubai. Like you can either really
True.
lock in, like today is a Sunday and you're here, or you can get lost in what Dubai can be and lose your soul a little bit and then end up with nothing.
Absolutely. So it's how you really control yourself.
Did you ever feel an added pressure on you though? Like given
Of course.
what you do, given
a lot
where
of
you
friends
do
are
come
calling
from.
me, let's go out and let's do this, and I'm inviting you for dinner, I'm inviting you on whatever restaurant and whatever cuisine, and it's a lot of temptations there.
Hamza's like, no, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
I'm studying.
It
I had
goes
to,
back.
and guess what? And in that year, they had a program in college, you can actually pass foundation in the first semester if you get all A's. And if you don't, then you just continue a full year. And I had to push myself to get all A's, and I finished, and I got the all A's in the first semester, and then I jumped the first year.
That's crazy. This is what I find interesting though, Hamza, because again, I was saying it to Ali off camera, and even when I met you, right, like what you're doing is a little bit out of the ordinary from what you come from. If you compare it to other people and even friends that you might know, right, you're creating your own lane and creating your own legacy to be your own man, when the easiest option surely would have been just to join the family business.
100%. And that's what most of, what I see around is just people following the family business and going with the flow. Right.
It comes back to what you were saying earlier, hard times create strong men. And
100%.
I guess the difference of your journey is you're kind of putting yourself into hard times intentionally to, really grow yourself as a person, as a character, like professionally as well.
Absolutely. I need to show a real example for my kids and the people that follow me, and as well the people that deal with me. I really need to show them that I'm a person that delivers. And because in my dreams, I don't like to talk about dreams, but I'd like to really make a real impact. And I'm a curious person, and I like to change opportunities into real goals, realistic goals that can really happen. And I make sure that happens.
Everyone can talk, but actually executing, that's a whole different deal, right?
That's the main thing. That's the main deal.
Yeah. And I think it's harder for you because I feel like given your father's legacy as well, like the expectation, the pressure, everything that you have accessible, it's harder in a way, right? Because you could literally just be like, nah, it's cool.
Yeah,
I don't have to commit to this. I don't have to travel. I don't have to go to these meetings. I don't have to do this podcast. I don't have to go to the award ceremony.
100%. We are
see that side,
classified as an industrious family. You know what I mean? So we work a lot, and we like to do things with our hands and really make sure that delivery is happening. Not necessarily doing it with our own hands, but again, making sure it happens. And that is another type of pressure where is available in the family, since we are a business family. You know what I mean? And that just turned me to be a business person.
And here we are, man.
Yeah. So maybe let's jump away from the business side, and we'll come back to that in a second. But let's get to know Hamza as a person a little bit. So, it's not all business. There's a lot of play behind it as well, right? So, what do you do for fun? How do you relax yourself? How do you spend your time outside of work?
During my week, I'm a workaholic person. I'm in the office the whole time, and I leave office around 7, 8. That's my routine. And then I pretty late. I know that, but then I do my sports. I do some paddle at night at around 8 p.m. But every morning I go to the gym around 8 a.m. So I start with the gym, weightlifting, and then I end up doing my sports, having dinner, and then going and doing sports.
Yeah, I knew Hamza lifted weights when I met him. Shirt was cool. Had a very firm shake. Mohsin
almost picked you up.
Yeah, Mohsin's more skinny than me, so he nearly broke his hand. He was like, sorry, Mohsin.
I didn't touch you.
But cars as well. Like,
yes, I do.
Passionate about cars.
I do like cars.
What's your favorite?
Well, I like Ferraris. They're delicate, and I like their sound, and quite fast. I like different colors of cars. Some people stick to one color, but I like to.
You mix it up.
I like to mix up some colors.
I like that.
Yeah, so I like cars and.
Fishing as well, right? That one took me by surprise a little bit, Hamza. Talk me through. How did the fishing start?
So the fishing started, actually, it's a very funny story. A friend of mine invited me in, I think 2010, and he told me, let's go fishing. So I was like, fishing? He said, yeah, let's do fishing. I said, okay. So I got ready, and I thought, we're going on a boat, and it's going to be a cool trip. And then I ended up, just arrived, and he said, let's go fishing. I said, okay, let's go. Where's the boat? He said, what boat? I said, what do you mean? You said, we're going fishing. He said, no, we're just going to fish on the pier. I said, what do you mean you're going to fish on the pier? Where are you going to fish on the pier? And it was shallow. The water was shallow, it was around like a meter and a half. There's literally nothing. You can see the floor. I said, man, this is terrible.
I didn't sign up for this.
I didn't sign up for this. I'm not going fishing again. So this guy actually called me 5 years after. Said, let's go fishing. I said, man, count me out.
I know this trick.
I know this trick. It's not going to happen again.
It's amazing. It took 5 years. He was like, you know what? I'll give him time. He didn't,
Yeah.
he didn't like the
Don't
He
first
gave me
time.
a lot of time. So he called me. He said, man, listen, if we're going to fish on the pier, count me out. That was terrible for me. I said, no, don't worry. This time it's going to be on a boat. Is it going to be on a boat? He said, okay, fantastic. So I went on a boat, expecting my expectation were very low, because at that time we were like not catching fish. So anyways, I went there and I tried that sport fishing, and I loved it. We actually it was at night, and we were catching fish with glowing in the dark lures, and I really enjoyed it. And we caught huge, massive fish, and it was a nice fight with the fish. And I decided to get a boat after that, and I just went on.
You went all in, right? After
I
that?
went all in. I really
Is that
enjoyed it.
your personality as well, in a way? Like when you find something that you just dedicate everything to it?
That was something new, because sports fishing was not really trending in our area. You know, it's just bottom fishing.
Yeah, because when you said fishing, it's very British.
Yeah,
It's a very old man British
Yeah,
thing.
with
Like
the
they go
rod and all
there,
that.
you know. Like,
I just imagine like a small boat, Hamza's there chilling, you know, shooting out the rod.
Yeah, I do that as well. So I have that sport fishing moments, and I
Relaxed
do
and
have
sport
these.
fishing, yeah.
Yeah, it just makes me mesmerized. And
you do a
enjoy
lot of
life
competitive
and
sports.
appreciate and be grateful about life and all that, and focus on what's the really next step in the future, and what are the obstacles that I'm facing, and how can I address them, and all that. But again, I love fishing, and I like sports fishing, and I tend to go every other weekend.
Part 2, sport
Yeah.
fishing, Hamza's boat.
You got
That's
it.
the shit.
You
An
got it.
amazing part
Let's
2.
go to the
man.
Red Sea.
Not the pure one, the sports one.
I've never done it. I think I did it once, but not sport.
I did fishing in in a salmon farm where there was just like 100 salmon in a small pond, and then I caught one. I was like 7 years old.
I've done actually fishing in it's called fly fishing. I've done fly fishing in New Zealand, which is cool. So you get to catch river fish with an insect. So the insects are the baits,
That's why it's called.
but
fly
not
fishing.
real insects. They're man-made insects. But actually, it's quite interesting.
You might create a wave, man, in the Middle East after this. After this episode, everyone's just.
Doing fly fishing. I don't think fly fishing would suit the Red Sea. It's more on rivers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know, man. That's a lot of passions, and it all makes sense because a lot of it that you talked about is competitive, and it
Yeah.
kind of builds your character, right?
That's right.
Like when everything that you've done in America, like gee, it's your home. You can touch upon it. But
Yeah, I wanted to take this one. So I grew up in the U.S. I was there for like 25 years. Spent my youth there. Started working there. Went to university there. You recently went to the U.S. for a couple things. There was San Francisco with Dreamforce to kind of understand the Salesforce ecosystem. There was the Saudi Summit, Saudi-U.S. Summit with the Crown Prince. That was a huge event. A lot came out of that. So tell us about your U.S. trips. How was it? What were the outcomes? What were the learnings for you?
Well, it was a pleasure for me being selected among the few business leaders in Saudi to represent Megamind IT Solutions as a technology power hub in Saudi, and as well how we can either send our technologies and our digital front doors, mobile apps into the States, as well as getting U.S. technologies or investments from the U.S. to Saudi. So it was fantastic.
They agreed a deal, right? I think.
Multiple deals.
Like trillions that
Yeah.
would be
Huge
invested
investments.
into the States.
Multiple deals, and it was really impressive. Trump was there, our crown prince was there.
Did you meet Trump?
Yeah. It was,
Oh man, Hamza, tell us, man.
great,
What was that moment like?
Trump is I haven't met him personally, but again, he's a great guy. Gave a speech of almost more than an hour nonstop, addressing every single person on the stage. It was
That's a special moment, Hamza.
it was nice. I mean, he was sharp, and he actually covered every single subject. But again, we had the Humane company, which is a Saudi company, doing great things, which is the LLM, the Arabic LLM, large language model in Saudi, which is the first Arabic LLM, which is something impressive.
That's
And
huge. That's huge.
Saudi is building lots of data centers, as well as a lot of investors like Blackstone and,
Yep.
Milky Foundation and etc. Milken Foundation are coming to Saudi to do major investments in Saudi. And actually, we've met a lot of great people over there, and with a lot of connections and a lot of we're waiting for the future to kick in. But again, a lot of agreements have happened there, and I'm happy about that. And I met a lot of Saudis that I have never met before, which I was really impressed with, and I look forward. Some engagements have happened, and let's see how it kicks in.
Amazing.
It must have been nice though to be selected
Right.
as one of the key people that went with the Crown Prince.
Absolutely.
Come on, Hamza,
It's
that's a massive achievement on your side.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure actually to be. I'm honored to be selected among these few people that went with his conference.
And then from that,
Yeah, tell us about Dreamforce. We're Salesforce guys, so this is what we really came here to talk about. So what was your impression of Dreamforce? Was it your first one?
So Mark Benioff was there.
yeah,
Yeah, he was there.
he approached Hamza. He was like, Hamza, you're back.
Yes, yeah, he was there.
Dreamforce, because it was my first Dreamforce. Like,
Yeah.
he's been, this guy works for Salesforce, so he's been numerous times. But for me, it was my first. And when we met at the steakhouse, like, I was just taken
Oh,
back.
the steakhouse that he didn't eat at steak.
Do you know what? Let me tell this story.
Yeah, you should.
Let me tell you this.
Should've watched the
Hamza
rest.
shouldn't even be here. Like the fact that he gave us this chance, I don't know how, because we met at a steakhouse.
So I was craving a steak.
The steak was just so
And go ahead.
good. The steak was so good. He was like, "Yes, I'll go on the podcast
But
after
but,
this
but
steak."
but hear me out, right? So we meet. It's fully booked. Like it's the craziest time. It's a very popular place as well. I think it was called Morton's. He's the only one out of the four that orders steak. I order
Can you
sea
believe
bass.
it?
One guy
That's
orders
illegal.
a plate of vegetables, and,
Yeah.
and Mohsin, I don't know what you were playing at because you ordered fish as well.
It was humiliating, bro. Literally.
terrible.
I came, I invited them for a steakhouse.
And no one eats steak.
No one eats steaks except me. So I'm the only one enjoying my steak. And even the waiter was like, guys, we're in a steakhouse. What's going on?
Man, it was embarrassing for me. I never thought he'd meet me again. I said to Mohsin after that, I was like, I don't think he's ever going to work with us.
But you don't eat meat, huh?
I don't eat beef. I don't eat beef, man. But it was man. It felt.
Right.
It was just. It felt. I felt bad for him. I wanted to order a steak just to have it on the table,
Yes, you should have.
just for the fact that
You
I
should have,
ordered a
man. You
steak.
should have.
Gone for a lamb steak or something at least. You know.
Man, I didn't order, hey, Ankit ordered a plate of vegetables and he sent it back. I don't know who does that, but for you, when you look at Salesforce, Hamza, like, was it everything you thought it would be? Was it different? Like when you went to the conferences, you met the people that you did. Like,
So-
what do you think of Salesforce as a technology?
So Salesforce as a technology is a great technology, and it's a power house, and it's an ecosystem at the end of the day, which I really enjoyed, and I never knew that before. Where I found a lot of companies being built on Salesforce and actually adding solutions on top of Salesforce, which was really impressive for me. I actually didn't know that Mark Benioff gave the Apple Store to Steve Jobs.
Yeah, the Apple thing, right? That's a crazy
is,
story, man.
phenomenal. I mean, it's something really impressive. As well as lots of global companies are built on Salesforce, which was very impressive. Like Google, he was speaking in and how Google CEO was speaking in, and he was thanking actually Mark Benioff on the solutions of Salesforce that being provided to Google. So, which was something really impressive.
Yeah, you can. I think I was saying it to G and Ali as well. Like, I think with Salesforce, like, it's still so new in the region, right? In the Middle East,
Yes.
as opposed to North America. But you can see the evolution of it and the growth, and hopefully with the data centers, a lot more in Saudi.
That's right.
But tying it back to LLMs, you know, the new hot topic for Salesforce, or really the whole IT ecosystem, maybe the world, is AI. You know, Agent Force is
Absolutely.
the big thing from this year's Dreamforce.
Absolutely. So the AI agent force is how, AI agents are actually taking over these repetitive tasks and matching items and all that, and really responding to client requests as soon as possible. And that's what really a client wants. You know what I mean? You don't want to ask about a certain item that you have purchased, and call center's like, we don't want that anymore, right? I mean, an AI agent will actually study the actual product and will be able to respond to you as quick as possible. And that's, at the end of the day, it goes to a client satisfaction. And at the end of the day, it's what the clients want.
It's true.
You know what I
It's
mean?
true.
And we're all actually serving each other, believe it or not. So we're all clients in other businesses. And at the end of the day, it's what the client wants, and the business should be delivering what the client wants in order for you to succeed.
And it's not about replacing the humans, right? It's about just taking the tasks that a human doesn't need to do so that the human can focus on the real value add task that
Absolutely.
a person needs to do, right?
Absolutely. So there are other technologies like the RPA, for example, robotic process automations, where they go into and study these business modelings, and actually they study the actual business and the actual processes. And then whatever repetitive processes that are being done, they'll actually replace it with RPAs, right? And are we going to get rid of that human? Yes, on that specific process, but we'll actually put the human into another valuable place where they can is really going
Where
to
they're more
add
efficient, right?
more efficient and more add value. You know what I mean? And that's where technology is going. And that's what we actually do in Megamind. We actually try to anticipate issues prior. So when I opened Megamind, I founded Megamind, I was actually in, I liked IT, and I went to my father hospital, and I saw that meltdown, and I saw these silos of systems and these wait lines, wait times, and doctors being taking a lot of time to get these patient reports or addressing these patient requests like sick leaves or whatever.
So many
or
black
patient
holes on the system that just
Right.
end nowhere.
No, I mean it's just the process is long, and that's why that's what got me into health technology, is how we can really anticipate issues and really solve them by getting these cutting edge technologies where we build them
Yeah.
and we craft them to really deliver healthcare in a better way.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing.
And the impact of that is just absolutely amazing. So I used to work at GE Healthcare for a bit, and the feeling when I went to a hospital and, you know, saw a CT machine that I was selling through the IT software was just absolutely amazing. And the impact of what you're doing is really changing people's lives, saving people's lives, you know, having new babies be born safely and all of that. Just the feeling personally for you as a person must be amazing.
And getting that information quite fast is even better.
And to do it in healthcare as well, and I feel you're leading that a little bit, Hamza. Like with Megamind, what's the vision? Like it's something that I know you're super passionate about. You know, you're driving it a lot. I think there's going to be so many big things that come for Megamind even now. But what's your vision for Megamind in the next 2 to 3 years, next year? Like where do you hope the business is going to be?
So our tech Megamind powerhouse, we really focus on cybersecurity and artificial intelligence, and really tailored into healthcare. But again, we do infrastructure. So the infrastructure part, so that's what we do. We do the end-to-end part, where organizations not to deal with so many different IT companies, and each one is delaying, and each one is having issues in integrations and all these complex. We don't want to go into technical discussions, but again, reality is where we really come in. We're a powerhouse that handles all the PMO. So we have that PMO structure where we come in and we manage all these third-party companies, the vendors that we're dealing with. We make sure that we have a clear technology stack that we deliver for the client, to make sure that we and the client are aligned, and we actually did the mapping of these integrations. So what the client would need is clear delivery timelines, and it's all about trust, and it's all about communications here. You know what I mean? No matter what client you deal with, if you don't have that trust or that communication, or governance, or let's take it into simple words, um, escalation matrix,
Yeah.
nothing would actually be done on time, and nothing would actually succeed. So it's like construction, for example. Construction. If whatever you're doing, no matter what contractor you get, you'll get some delays.
Yeah.
You get some problems, right? And you might fire your contractor, by the way, believe it or not, and most do. But don't do that. Listen and deal with them and sit on a transparent table where we come and face issues together and tell me what's really going on ground.
So true.
So I can really expect. But don't tell me everything is going rosy and perfect and I expect to be delivered at the end of the month and I see 1 year after it's not, right? I'll literally fire you.
Because
know
they
what I
lied,
mean?
right? The trust is broken.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what we tend to do in Megamind, where we build the trust. We sit down on a table. We do that technology stack with the client. We know what are the problems, what are they facing, and how we can really come and overcome these issues together. So we come in, and it depends on the client's budgets. We discuss it with the client budget and say, okay, what's your problem? What's your priority? What you really want? Are you being affected on G&A and too much employee cost, or what is it exactly? Are you having hard time in no-show appointments? Are you having hard time in communicating with your patients? Are you having hard time in evaluating your doctors? What's going on? So we need to understand first.
You really understand the client need, right?
We need to understand really what's going on, and then we'll address it according to his budget. So we will not force and say, take it or leave it. No, it doesn't work this way.
But that's where I feel a lot. We talk about it all the time, Hamza, because what we do isn't like delivery and full implementation. We're more advisory. But a lot of the partners that we work with, especially in the Middle East, and it's happened in every region that we've probably worked in, they don't do that. They don't have that trust and communication, and projects fail.
Yes.
The customer requirements never get met. They blame the technology when it's not really the technology. It was maybe just missold, or it wasn't described, or it just seems to happen a lot. So the fact that you actually address that.
Not
That's
only
amazing.
that, sometimes it's from the client as well,
Yeah, for sure.
right? In terms of
Some clients don't know what they want, right?
they don't know what they want, or they have weak IT people, right? So, and we get stuck in between. So we have created another service, which is the managed service. So we come in, and when we see a client that doesn't have an IT team, or he has an IT team, but he doesn't want to go into managing them, so we come in, and we come in with SLAs to service level agreements,
Yeah.
where we come in and we make things clear between us and the client and the deliverables, and how he can really control his IT through us.
And you get that
So-
at the beginning, right? To make
Yes.
sure that everyone's aligned.
Everybody's aligned, and we go into through a software, which we have software that we deal with, and we get things seamless for the client in terms of managing his IT people, which we run
Yep.
for him with clear deliverables to overcome the project's delivery as well.
Do you think, like, because a lot of people want to get into this region, right? And especially Saudi and KSA. What's your biggest advice? Because a lot of the people that follow us, it's tech. You know, it's a lot of people wanting jobs, people that have a perception of the Middle East, and they're like, man, I want to go to Saudi. What's the best advice that you can give someone that's looking to relocate to Saudi, for example, to be successful?
As again, Saudi is a growing giant. It was a sleeping giant, now it's a growing giant. And Saudi has so many areas that foreign companies can come into. So if you want to talk about technology, you want to talk about investments, you want to talk about real estate, where they're just opening next month. Foreigners can own in Saudi. It was not allowed.
That's huge, man.
Now it
That
is.
huge.
So which is
big
going to make a big a shift in the Saudi economy, as well as return for foreigners.
It's huge. For an investor, if you're looking at property right now,
Yes.
Saudi is one of those. People keep saying it to me, man, in real estate. They're like,
Yes.
invest in Saudi.
Yes.
They feel like the bubble here, for example, in the UAE it's so mature now that it's coming to that point where Saudi's just starting, right?
Yeah.
Invest in Saudi, G.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Hamza. So tell us, what is your motto for business? How do you approach it?
Well, I'm a guy who'd rather build bridges between innovation and people than just talk about it.
I'm gonna get that on a T-shirt, Hamza, if you don't mind, and I'm gonna copyright it.
And you mentioned this a little bit about your leadership style in terms of like both customer facing and with your internal team of transparency, communication, focusing on customer success. You know, what is your leadership style? How do you approach driving a team? How do you approach managing customers?
I'm a tough but easygoing as well. So I'm tough in certain areas, but easygoing in other areas, right? I'm a go-getter. I'd like to have timelines, and I'd like to make sure that there are plans behind that timeline, right? So I look at myself that I'm a leader, but you wouldn't be able to take a fool out of me. You know what I mean? So I'd like to have certain technical information, just bits and pieces around to make sure that I understand the person in front of me and what is he talking about. And if I don't, I'll make sure I know more about it.
Take him fly fishing.
I'll take
That's how you really get to know a guy.
Absolutely.
See the man behind the scene.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's what I tend to do on it. And if I really, I'll get a qualified, experienced guy that will come in and jumpstart that area.
Do you feel like the people that you've hired, is there a certain quality as a leader that you look for, apart from the skill set? Is there anything else on the character, the person, like that you always look for, or that you go, if they don't have this characteristic, they can't join the organization?
So there is a good candidate or a good person and a perfect person and an outstanding person. And I tend to look for these outstanding people because outstanding really makes a difference, where these people are self-driven and they have a goal, they have passion. So it's like, so what I tell my people is there's spending the life and the living the life. What's the difference between spending the life and living the life? So spending, and both of you are working in the same place, right? So this guy is spending the life and this guy is living the life. Now, spending the life, this guy comes, he works and he's burnt out. He works every day from 8 to 5 or 6. And he just go back home and just repeats the same thing every single day, right? While this guy has the same tasks as this guy. This guy is living the life. Now, this guy enjoys what he's doing. He has a life after work. He does sports, or he cooks for his wife or for his kids or whatever. He has a life. So he's living his own life while he's delivering his passion. But the other guy is actually spending his life and is not enjoying what he's doing. And most likely this guy will end up somewhere else. And this guy is a confused person and doesn't know what he really wants.
And they're usually unhappy, right? Because
And they're usually unhappy, and they're
Which plays
just
a big part
and they're
in
just
it.
robots.
Yeah.
So I tend to make sure my people live the life. And for my point of view, I make sure I give them the culture as well to support living the life.
Yeah.
And in the ones that have passion and the ones that have hobbies or whatever, that's really good to really enjoy and become and go into that bracket, which is living the life.
You must respect as well. Sorry, G, I was going to say, you must respect people that don't always say yes to you. Like
Absolutely.
yes people. In
No,
your
I don't
business.
like yes people.
Like people who actually
Yes
come
people
to
are
you with
quite shady.
solutions and
Yes, people are quite shady. It might pass the first time, it might pass the second time, but trust me, I'll catch them on the third time.
I wouldn't
Right.
want to be caught by Hamza on that.
You know what I mean?
It goes back to what you were saying earlier. You know, I love what you're doing, and then the money will follow. That's exactly the
Absolutely.
second bucket of person. Yeah.
No, it's about having your purpose. So have your value, and money will follow. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So whatever passion you do, try to look into your passion and link it with your values, and link it to the purpose. So you have to have a purpose in life, and at least link your passion with your purpose, and trust me, money will follow, no matter what it is.
You said at the beginning with your dad as well, right? Like
Yeah.
his whole purpose was to help people,
Yes.
and then money came after, and then that's why he
To help
reached
humans,
the
to help
success.
people.
Yeah, exactly, and that's
Yeah.
why he reached the success he did.
Yes.
Because that was his vision.
His vision is to relieve pain.
No, it's amazing, man. It's
So
amazing.
it's all about passion, and it's all about patience. It's all about persistence. Because people say, "Oh, passion, but it's not working, so I'm gonna look for another passion." No, wait, hold on. So where is the patience here? You know what I mean? You forgot the patience. What about the persistence? So if you see a wall, you continue breaking that wall until it breaks. That's the persistence. But there's something else. It's innovation. So sometimes you don't need to break that wall. You can go around that wall, right? That's where innovation comes in. That's where Megamind comes in as well.
I like that, man. I like that. I think for Megamind, from what I've seen, the research that I've done, the stuff that we saw, the next couple of years for you, Hamza, in the business, it looks like it's going to be exponential growth. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for you to take out new areas, new business. And if you're hiring and you're watching, reach out to Hamza.
It's all about God's will. It's all about God's will and people's trust.
But man, you're
Yes.
active though, Hamza. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like you're active. You're here today. You're going to be at the Palm at the Atlantis, I believe. Ali was saying
That's right.
for an award ceremony.
That's right.
You know, I'm sure you'll be traveling. Have you got any trips planned after?
I
this?
have. It's one of my hobbies. I go skiing as well. So I'm going skiing. Actually, I forgot to tell you that.
I know we didn't
Yeah.
even mention the skiing.
How many countries have you been to? It's like
That's a great
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, because I used to live in Switzerland and I used to do I have to do skiing mandatory, so I learned it the hard way. Actually, on my first skiing trip with my friend, with actually a group of people, a friend of mine came. He was Saudi and he used to study in that school. He said, "Hamza, let's go and let's take that chairlift." I said, "What do you mean chairlift, bro? I can barely stand." He said, "No, don't worry about it." I said, "No, forget it." He said, "Man, just come by. It's just a small chairlift." I said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, let's go." So I went on that chairlift. Believe it or not, I couldn't believe it. It was so high. I'm going up the mountain. And the moment I landed, I couldn't stop. So were people relaxing and getting a suntan, and I couldn't stop. So I bumped into every single person, and I went down the cliff when I couldn't even stop.
double black diamond. Boom.
I couldn't even stop. So for a moment, I was like, it's either death or you just break your bones. Choose one. So I had to jump over.
Right
But thank
into a
God I
tree.
didn't break
You didn't
any
break
bones.
anything, right?
No. But then I didn't move until the instructor came after 2 hours, and I was like stuck in the middle of the mountain. And I said, "Man, screw you." That was tough. But anyways, that gave me that courage. So after that,
your fears, man.
so after that, I just I used to go down the mountains, even though I used to do that pizza, starting with the pizza. So I was doing that pizza the whole time. But then I got the hang of it, and now I'm a skier.
Please, if any of Hamza's friends have footage of this, send it to us. I would love to see him. Man, so is there any places that you haven't visited yet that are on your list? Because with work, family, life.
I haven't visited. Actually, I visited once, but it's not considered as visiting. I haven't visited Latin America, so I haven't visited Brazil, to be honest. And I'd like to go in Brazil. I'd like to go to Argentina, and I'll do it.
Mexico, man.
Brazil is
I've
amazing.
been, I've been to Mexico, but I wouldn't consider going there. I went with a cruise ship from the Bahamas, but I'd love to do that.
I feel like you're like me though, Hamza, in the sense you got one of those faces that could blend for South American.
Oh yeah, you're South
I
American.
bet
for
in
sure.
Mexico they thought you were Mexican. Hey, that's it.
Yes, absolutely.
You didn't mention Manchester. Please visit. It's
Yeah,
an amazing city.
I just see Hamza going down the Amazon River and like spearfishing and all of this like extreme stuff. I bet we'll have some good stories out of it next
Yeah.
time.
But you're an amazing personality, Hamza. Honestly, having you here, it's not just the business mindset, the family history. I think meeting you, and I think people seeing you today will, I don't know if they'll be shocked or just a little bit taken back from how down to earth you actually are.
Oh, thank you very
No,
much.
because you, like, I think again, like when before meeting you have that perception, right? But then when you meet Hamza, you're just like, man, he's just like us, man. Just
Easy going.
Yeah, he just likes to,
Yeah.
little guy, just likes to kick it. He likes sports, he's into cars. But honestly, man, thank you for coming today. I appreciate it. There definitely has to be a part 2. Ali, thank you for making this happen. I know we went back and forth so much over the last couple of weeks, and you came out here as well. So thank you, bro.
Finally did it.
I know, man. You take us out, Hamza. You end it the way you want to end it, man. This is your show.
I encourage whoever wants to push his limits, join, push the limits.
Boom!
Yeah.
Yes! Thank you, man. Hamza Batterjee.
That was a cool commercial. Huh?
Oh, that's amazing. Legend. Watch out for Megamind. Watch out for everything that Saudi's doing. Watch out for everything that this man's doing. Follow him on LinkedIn. Follow the business. And stay tuned, man. So much
Thank you
more
very
coming.
much, guys.
Appreciate
Until
it.
next time.
Thank
Thank
bro.
you.
Thank you.